Is that good? All right. This is Judge Eric Shepard, presiding judge in Travis County Court at Law number 2, and I'm calling this hearing to order in number C1 CV 24001-418 IGFB Palmer Place, owner LLC, doing business as Palmer Place versus Lanivia Johnson. The date is Thursday, May 23, 2024. This hearing is being conducted remotely on Zoom and live streamed on the court's YouTube channel. No recordings of this hearing are permitted other than by the official court reporter. Any violations of these instructions are punishable by contempt of court. If you would announce yourself for the record, tell me who you represent and whether you're the movant or respondent in today's hearing.
Aaron DuBois on behalf of IGFB Palmer Place Owner LLC, which does business as Palmer Place.
Ms. Johnson, you representing yourself today?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. All those testifying today, if you would raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Boy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is an eviction appeal from the Justice of the Peace Precinct 1 here in Travis County. My client is seeking possession of the property from Ms. Johnson. They're also seeking their reasonable and necessary attorney's fees and the back due rent owed from November of 2023 through May of 2024. I'd like to go ahead and call my first witness unless Ms. Johnson has an opening statement.
Ms. Johnson, did you have anything you wanted to say before we get started?
Yes, sir. I would like to say that I feel that I should not have to pay because of the troubles that I've been through, as well as other, retaliation and harassment. And I've had a burglary here and no one ever responded. Plus, they've said that I've moved about maybe 5 months ago. So my mail has been intercepted and my deliveries, which is not fair. I've been cut off from the portal. And I don't feel that I owe them. I've only stayed here since September 11th for 2 weeks, was the only time that I had peace. I've developed bipolar since I've been here. Yes, and I let them know that I had PTSD, but I've been so stressed out. I was diagnosed about 3 weeks ago with bipolar. So I'm in bad shape.
I understand. All right. Let's proceed with the first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Plaintiff calls Courtney Noska.
Ms. Noska?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Ms. Noska, can you state your full name for the court reporter, please?
Courtney Noska. I'm the community manager at Palmer Place.
Okay. And you're here representing IGFB Palmer Place Owner LLC? Yes, ma'am. Are you familiar with the tenancy of Ms. Lanivia Johnson? Yes. Does she reside at 110 Precinct 1 of Travis County, Texas? Yes. Is Ms. Johnson's tenancy there at the property based upon a written lease agreement? Correct. Your Honor, I provided to my client and to the court Exhibit 1. If you'd like, I can share my screen.
Yes, please.
Ms.
Right.
Noska, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Ms. Noska, can you see what I pulled up here as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Do you recognize this document? Yes. Is this a true and correct copy of the lease agreement between Ms. Johnson and Palmer Place Owner LLC? Yes. Has this document been amended or changed in any way but for my marking of Plaintiff's Exhibit 1? No. And was this document signed by Ms. Johnson? Yes. Your Honor, we offer Plaintiff's 1.
Any objection to this document, Ms. Johnson? Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Ms. Noska, pursuant to the first page of the lease, box C, what is Ms. Johnson's monthly rent?
$1,304.
And has Ms. Johnson failed to pay rent beginning November 1 of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. And failure to pay rent, that's a violation of paragraph 3 of the lease, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And pursuant to paragraph 23.1, is the failure to pay rent a default of lease which entitles Palmer Place to possession of the property?
Yes.
You mentioned that Ms. Johnson has not paid rent since November. Are you seeking an award here today of back due rent for each of the months of November of 2023 through May of 2024?
Yes.
And is that the amount of $9,128?
Yes.
Now, pursuant to paragraph 23.5 of the lease, are you seeking Palmer Place's reasonable and necessary attorney's fees here today, as well as judgment on, or as well as interest on any judgment that is rendered?
Yes.
Snoska, I've pulled up what's marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit 2. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this a true and correct copy of the notice to vacate that was delivered to the defendant on November 6th of 2023?
Yes.
And was this delivered by posting to the inside of the main entryway door?
Yes.
And this document has not been amended, correct?
No.
Your Honor, we offer plaintiffs too.
Any objection, ma'am?
I don't remember the document.
Okay. Plaintiffs 2 is admitted.
Ms. Snoska, I pulled up what's marked as Plaintiffs 3. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this a true and correct copy of the resident ledger for Ms. Johnson there at the property?
Yes.
And does this document show the failure to pay rent beginning in November of 2023?
Yes.
Your Honor, we offer Plaintiffs Exhibit 3.
It's admitted.
Ms. Noska, has Ms. Johnson surrendered the property to you?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Have you done an occupancy check of the unit? Have you checked to see if anybody is still there?
Yes.
And when was that?
What day was last Friday? Last week. Yeah, last Friday. We knocked on the door, announced ourselves, and tried to make entry, and it appeared that the locks have been changed.
Okay. And Ms. Johnson has not, since last Friday, paid any of the amounts that are due and owing to the property, correct?
No, not to us.
Okay. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Ms. Johnson, did you have any questions for this witness?
I did pay rent into the court, to the court, so I did pay rent. And I wanted to also ask you if I have not changed the locks. The reason why you probably couldn't get in is
Objection, Your
because—
Honor. Objection. Is there a question here?
I'm not sure.
Ms. Johnson's gonna have the opportunity to testify.
Well,
Go
so
ahead.
I'm just asking her to finish the question. Ms. Johnson, you have to ask a question.
Okay. I don't have any questions, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. Boyd?
Your Honor, I'd just like to call myself for attorney's fees. Knowing the work that's been done on this case prior to today's trial, and offering that as P4.
4 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have for my testimony.
Ms. Johnson, did you have any other testimony you wanted to give today?
The testimony that I want to give, as I stated, Your Honor, is one of the maintenance people came over and left my key in the door, and it was left there overnight. And they didn't, I noticed, I talked to the office, I sent them an email, and Ms. Tania stated in the Justice Court that she had never heard of me sending an email. They had never received any emails, which was not true. And
Your Honor, I want Ms. Johnson to be able to testify, but I have to object based on relevance. I'm not sure how this has anything to do with the non-payment of rent.
the non-pay, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. I think she's winding up to the point, so overrule for now. Go ahead.
Yes. And the reason why I didn't is because it took them almost 20 days to replace my lock. And from that time, I've been having issues with illegal entry of, someone coming in my home. Austin Police has been out here 4 or 5 times, and I've also had a burglary. So I've been through a lot with these people, and they have not helped me or sent security, even responded back to me to even check to see if I was okay.
Your Honor,
So
Your Honor,
Everybody be quiet for just a second. I'm going to take care of this. Ma'am, I appreciate that, but these hearings are pretty narrow, and they have to do with rent being paid and not being paid. And in this particular case, that would require some other steps by you that just aren't present here. So I'm going to have to grant their request to get the apartment back, and she's going to give me an order, and I'm going to have to sign it. I'm going to sign that order, and I wish you well. All right.
thank you.
Your Honor, I have filed a proposed final judgment. We just asked that the supersedious bond be set in the amount of the judgment. We don't have a 510 motion here, Your Honor. I do not believe that Ms. Johnson actually filed the appeal via statement of inability.
Okay.
I did.
Oh.
I did.
All right, but here's what's the supersedious bond will be $1,400 a month for every month that it's on appeal if it goes on appeal. All right. All right. Thank you all very much. I'll get that signed.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
God bless.